Okay, so Adam and I are back working on the Sierra. We got to sort out, there's a slight issue with the clutch pedal feeling a little bit lumpy, and we don't know whether it's just the fact that it's a paddle clutch or it's a reconditioned second-hand cover plate, but it gets really tight and then really loose. So we're just going to whip the engine out quickly, and Adam's got, off of his Escort project, another brand new clutch cover and paddle plate, and we're just going to put that in just to see if that makes it any nicer on the pedal. You'd probably make do with it, but now's the time if you want to mess about with it to see if we can get it any better. It's just one of those things that we'll get on our tits if we left it as is. Also just applied the FPE sticker with the Zoo Speed sticker, available on the Cartel site, link in the description below, check it out. Engine's out. Didn't film it this time just in case it fell, and obviously we've invested in some high quality lifting straps, aka some fresh dodgy rope. Just going to take the gearbox off, just check the spigot bearing because it felt a bit dodgy going in, so just make sure that's all alright, and then we'll swap out the clutch and have a look at the release bearing to clutch finger interface as well, and see if there's anything that would mean that it has got that weird pedal feeling. So this is the original cover that we were running, with a crappy single piece centre plate, but the fingers on this look kind of the same as that.
Yeah.
Not well. These are flatter, and then you've got this, which looks completely different.
Yeah, the cover is shallower, but the fingers are taller.
And has that got a centre plate as well? Is it a paddle plate?
No, this is just a little like an organic forced road. The paddle bit shouldn't be a problem.
What, putting that paddle centre in with that cover, yeah?
That cover is a CP2511.
Yeah.
This, that's just about 15, 20 years old.
Ah.
That's
the new
revised
equivalent.
design,
Oh, right,
yeah.
I'm with you. And should we just put the new release bearing in just to be on the safe
I
side?
think so.
Because let's be honest, the Escort's not going to be built anytime soon. Just like the Fiesta. And then we'll put it all in, put the engine back in the engine bay, and the pedal will still feel weird. The joys of old cars. Spigot bearing looks alright, so we're going to try this paddle plate centre with the new AP cover, and we're going to fit the new release bearing. It's the new clutch cover on, paddle plate in the middle, and now just a case of the new release bearing, bang the gearbox back on, let's sling it back in the hole, and we'll be back to where we started. Push down on the pedal now, yeah? That feels a lot better. Yeah, man. Yeah, boy! Sick. Yeah, you haven't got that weird, like, bit in it. It's going to be like... So the clutch feels a lot better, engine's back in, just wired up the starter motor, just going to put the exhaust manifold on, grab a new gasket. I was always told the steel crush gaskets are a lot better for the ST170, so I always use these. Got Simpson Racing exhaust manifold. Just got to tighten these up, and then I've got an adapter plate from Mamba that will convert a T3 to TD04 turbo, so I'll mount that on next, and then the turbo, and see where the wastegate's going to end up. We binned off our single piece prop, and we were going to run the original two-piece prop with a donut in, but Barton managed to find a Cosworth prop, which is in a two-piece, but without the rubber donut. He's had to go and put the longer splined end on, because for some reason the Cosy one's a bit, how much shorter? Like an inch or two shorter. So we've just popped out the UJs and put this end in. There you go. So we've got the right end on it without the rubber bit, and it's a two-piece. So that should hopefully sort out our vibration issues, because we had the single piece prop rebalanced twice, I think, and it still wasn't any good for us. and that's the Mamba adapter plate in place. So then the TDO4 turbo bolts straight over the top of that. That's the turbo on. Now time to fit our tile wastegate. So that's the two-piece Cosworth prop all mounted up. Adam's just doing the Ike Engineering water rail that sits underneath the inlet manifold. It's all the water rail on, we've got all of the sensors, water temp sensors and oil pressure light. Got to sort out getting a new Samco to kick up and have a 45° for this joint here. Next we just need to sort out making an inlet gasket, and then we'll put the inlet side on. Only issue with our inlet is because the ST170 holes are further up and slightly bigger, aren't they? Or further down.
Just lay that over the ST inlet.
Well, it is what it is. We'll have to. Eventually, we'll put an ST back plate on it and it'll all line up properly. Yeah, but for now.
Maybe not quite so vigorous.
Yeah, should be right. Was it getting caught on? Do we have to put the inlet on first? Do we have to put the inlet on first?
No. Just struggle with it time again.
That's down the back, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
And then we can put the stud like here and then have a bolt in the end. Might be easier. Just got this old downpipe. I'm just going to cut the flange off and then work out, probably cut it here as well, and work out our new downpipe for the turbo off the Volvo. Okay, so now I've got to make the oil lines coming up from here to the feed into here, and then I've got the return, which is on this big AN fixing, and then the other one's down into the sump down there. So I've marked around when I'm going to cut it. I cut it right down in the middle. Carefully put this part into the vise, some soft jaws or masking tape jaws. Right, now you squish this end right up inside until it stops. Do it so you can't see the masking tape. And then you mount this bit in your jaws. We juice up all this. Juice up all in here. You squish it on. Shit. Have to get it all the way home. And then tighten it up with a big pair of adjustables. Okay. So that's the oil feed and the oil return line done. I've just rinsed them through, get rid of any swarf and stuff in from cutting them. And now I'm just going to run an air line through them, blow them all out, and then fit them onto the turbo. So Barton's put the top hose on. I've just finished the oil feed from the block. I'm just going to go over the rocker cover. I'll make a little bracket that picks up on these two holes, say, into the turbo. The oil outlet feed down, goes into the sump. Down there. So just put the coil pack back on. It's annoying that we've got to run lead number one the other way around the oil filler cap, but it is what it is until we can get some longer ones made up, but it'll work as it stands. And then I'm just offering up, trying to make a downpipe. I've obviously got to clear the wastegate the primary 4 and the coil pack. So I'm thinking something along the lines of that, and if I can get a stainless cone off of eBay that goes from the slightly larger size down to whatever this is, 3-inch, I reckon that'll end up being pretty much in the right position, and then bung the lambda sensor out the top. Right, is that everything? Are we ready to put some oil in it? Yeah, I think that's everything. Sorry? Yeah, well, it was loose. I did just tighten out. How much do you reckon the Z-Tech holds? Sorry? This is 5 litres. Just trying to gauge how much I need to put in it before I check the dipstick. Nothing's coming out the bottom, is it? Yeah. Is that a nyip or a nyip? No. We've got fuel pumps. Give it a go. See what happens. Yeah? No oil pressure. So just attempting, we've got no oil pressure when we're cranking it, so we're just going to attempt to back bleed it through the turbo oil feed. Not making too much of a mess. Do you want me to, you hold it and I syringe it? You just say, just hold fire when it gets too messy. Is that going down, do you reckon?
I think so. Going somewhere.
Just like open your hands up and just get a face full of oil. Done. It's all gone.
Do you want to do more?
Well, we'll see if that was quite a healthy amount. Right. Ready? Take 2. No. No, keep going. Put some more oil in it. Okay, ready? So we've been trying to get oil pressure, back feeding the oil through, fill up the oil filter, and nothing. And now we've run out of battery power, so it's just gone midnight. I'm going to call it a night. Unfortunately, didn't get it to have any oil pressure and didn't get it to fire up. So a bit of a bummer. I was really hoping to get it to at least make some noises, but hey ho. Okay, so we obviously didn't get any oil pressure the other night. On Saturday we were there till probably about, I don't know, 1:30 in the end. I put up a few feelers on social media, on Facebook and a couple of the WhatsApp chats, just to ask whether other people have had this problem, and it turns out that it is quite a common issue with Z-Techs, especially with rear wheel drive sumps on them, because you've got to pick up from the front of the engine where the oil pump is all the way down to the back of the engine where the pan is. So there's been quite a few people who sort of given their input and said their ways of resolving it. So hopefully tonight I'm going to head back and have another attempt. I'm going to try backfilling the oil pump through the little threaded hole where the oil filter fits onto, and also pressurising the breather to pressurise the whole crankcase and try and push some of the oil up the pickup pipe and into the oil filter, into the oil pump. Sorry. The only thing you need to be careful with that is that you don't blow the crank seals out. Alternatively, a couple of people have just said they usually just fire up the engine for about 6 seconds, and that should get oil pressure. The only concern is where we have put on the oil pickup pipe from previous, where we had the silver top Z-Tech. They have different mains caps, and we had the right spacer on that. And obviously now that we've gone over to the ST170, it's got different mains caps, and we've used what we think is the right spacer, but we don't know, and we didn't check the spacing between the oil pickup funnel and the bottom of the sump. So sort of on the Saturday night when we were struggling, our worst gut feeling was that we could effectively have the oil pickup funnel like sat on the bottom of the sump, so it's not going to pick up any oil. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we can try what people have suggested and get some oil pressure, and then we can actually run it up and hear what it sounds like. So catch you in a bit. Right, whilst I'm waiting for Adam to give us the shout that he's ready to go and play around with the Sierra and the oil pressure, I thought I'd just quickly make a boss to go in the inlet, because we don't for some reason have an air temp sensor, and we probably do need that for what we're going to be doing and banging it off the limiter. So this is one that I've done already for the Fiesta, and that's just a turn down bit of alley with a M10 by 1.25 thread in it for an Omex air temp sensor. So I'm going to make another one of them to weld into the inlet, and yeah, something to do, isn't it? Crack out old Bessie. That's it, ready for tapping. I've just got to find the right size tap now. Right, so plan of action. I'm going to whip the oil filter off, try back feeding it through that bit, and then we'll try firing up the compressor and blowing down through the breather, but not too much so that it blows out the seals. And then we'll just crank it with no plugs in and see if we got oil pressure. And if not, I say we go for the Benzanto option of just running it up for 6 seconds and hoping that we haven't fucked something up in the sun. Yeah, that's pretty much just pouring out on the floor. Take 120. The compressed air didn't work. We're now just going to start the engine up with the plugs in and all of the injectors hooked up, so hopefully it will fire up. Yeah? Booyah! Nice one, Ben, it worked. Woohoo! Oh, hang on, do you want to kill it? Just make sure we've actually got oil going to the turbo. Alright, nice one. So high five right there. Cool. Well done, Ben. Well done, Ben. That's the wonders of the internet, when you actually ask people questions and they actually have experience in this field. I think if we give a shit about that turbo, which we don't, if we give a shit about this engine, which we don't, then we'll put an air filter on it. So you've either got the option of the trumpet, which I personally like, or the where's your filter, bruh, filter, which could end up looking like that once I cut this pipe down. What do you guys think? Or we go for this route. Yeah, I think that's a winner.
And that'll work.
Proper cold air feed.
Bottom fitter.
And then you could have like, where's your filter, bruh? Cool. Well happy it's running though, and it's got oil pressure. So next thing on the list, put the little bung that I've just machined. We're just going to tap that quickly, and then make the downpipe and the screamer pipe. That's pretty much it for this episode. As I said, good job we got some oil pressure now, and it's running, and we've heard it make some noise. Next off, just got to finish off doing the downpipe and the screamer pipe, and we've got to fiddle around with the prop shaft because that doesn't quite fit. But yeah, hopefully it'll be back up and running and on the road pretty soon. Don't forget to check out sort of all the merchandise and stuff. The link's in the description below. And yeah, until next time, I'll catch up with you guys later. Take it easy.